Allegedly, Brennan was using their funds to fund another woman. So I'm not sure.
That's what the breakup was about.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Welcome back in, everyone. This is Black Girls Talking TV, and we are here to talk Love is Blind. Another Love is Blind couple has left the chat, and so we had to do the math, and we're going to go through this episode and see how many couples are still married, how many couples have gotten divorced, and we're going to talk about our favorite couples throughout this and just have a little session about Love is Blind. So I'm Kamaria. I'm an attorney and a pop culture writer.
And I'm Victoria. I am a psychologist. So let's go ahead and start with season 1. In season 1, we had probably everyone's favorite couple, Lauren and Cameron. They just had their baby. And we also had Amber and Matt. So we had 2 marriages in season 1.
Barnett. You can't call him Matt. You got to call him Barnett.
Oh, my bad.
They're still together. And it's so funny, the other day when they announced both of them have babies now, both couples. Yeah. I had forgotten the season a little bit. Of course, I remember Lauren and Cameron, but I really do sometimes forget Amber and Barnett's stories. So I started rewatching it a little bit, but
they didn't have the best edit. From what I remember, they didn't have the loving edit like Lauren and Cameron did. So I think off rip, when they left their season, people just didn't have faith in them. Every single time they come down my timeline and I see that they're together and they're thriving, I'm always like, oh wow, you know. And I feel like Amber, she was on. It might have been AD's podcast at one point, both of them actually, and they mentioned the edit that they got and how to this day from when the interview came out that it impacted how people viewed them, not only as individuals but also as a couple, and it was far from the truth from the love that they had for one another. So
I do remember seeing something similar to that, like her saying, and I'm not 1,000% sure, but I thought I remember her saying something like, we're together despite the show, not because of the show. And so I think there's a little bit of tension between them and the show, but the show has a lot of tension between various folks and various couples. So, because they got sued and all that good stuff. But anywho, so that was season 1.
But that's what it is, right? It's a show. They're writing a show. So
facts. All right, so let's move into season 2. Season 2, we had 2 couples, and everybody went to the altar, didn't make it even to the reunion. You know what I'm saying? Who were the couples? Let's go through the couples first.
We had Ayana and Jared. That was the black love we was rooting for. And we had Danielle and Nick. I think by the reunion, Ayana and Jared were still together because they were talking about the issues they were having with him going out late. She was trying to be more adventurous and go out with him and things like that. They were trying to find a compromise in the middle. Ultimately, it did not work. When I first moved here, my first winter, I was at the club very late. Well, it wasn't a club. It was like a bar because we don't really have too many clubs here. But I saw Jared. We took a picture. I might insert it right here.
That's so funny. I didn't like him that much during the season because I felt like it took too much of her to get him to act right a little bit. I mean, it seemed like it was he wasn't ready for marriage. It's like, why'd you come on the show? It seemed like he still wanted to be and live a bachelor life. But I did root for them at the time, and I was like, I was glad that they're together, yada yada. But I do remember they had put out the statement afterwards that they were apart. She's now either engaged or married. She's married.
I think they're married now. Yeah,
and I'm like, good for her.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's giving
in love, taken care of. It's given soft life. Yeah, she's very, I don't know, she's under the radar now, and I really like that for her.
Yeah, same. And then the other couple, Danielle and Nick. Nick is the one that was in that lawsuit. I think he started the lawsuit, if I'm not mistaken. He did. That was just talking about. Found out
they was getting starved.
Allegedly. But so season 2. 0 for 2. So that percentage is down to 50% right now. Okay. Yep. All right. Season 3. So this is we had the recent news from Alex and Brennan. They were one of the couples that got married. The other couple was Colleen and Matt. Now, Colleen and Matt, that's the ones everybody would, it was like
we were surprised they were still together.
Yes. But they announced in May of 2025. So that was a recent departure or separation from them too as well. They announced separation,
and we found out too when they announced. I don't even think like they weren't living together or something. It was like a lot of odd things going on for a marriage.
At the reunion, they hadn't lived together at that point for their season. But I don't know when or if they ever got to living together. But it was just like it was giving blink twice, for her. So I think a lot of people were surprised that it took this long. Because that's relatively recent, like May of 2025. Like that's a couple months ago, So
right. No, they were together for a few years.
Yeah. But Alexis and Brennan, I kind of felt like I saw this coming. That's the most recent news. And the only reason why is because like it felt like she was a little bit more like in charge in that relationship. I don't know if you remember that couple that well, but she just felt like she was more like, a little bit mean girl. I don't know. But he seemed just really nice. And it just seemed like, oh, you like her? Okay. Well, if you like it, I love it type of thing. But it seemed like they were a mismatch on that. He just seemed like he really was into her. But it was like, she seems a little sometimes not the nicest. I don't know. Or a little
I got those vibes
or something
too.
about her was like shallow.
Well, she came from money, if I can remember correctly, and he didn't have it. Or whatever job he was doing wasn't at the caliber to afford her current lifestyle that she was coming into Love is Blind with. And so I'm not sure how that played out within their relationship. I did see a video I think that she made. I think I saw it through Storytime with Ricky, where she was saying that allegedly Brennan was using their funds to fund another woman. So I'm not sure.
That's what the breakup was about.
Oh. Yeah, apparently it's up in there. Something was allegedly it was something going on where he was taking care of another woman and she found out, is what it seemed like. Because when I saw it, I was like, man, I was trying to take your stuff.
Right. I'm like, it's so nice of him. A nice guy. Even in the cheating ways. Like.
Right. But at the same time, like when it first came out, I was like, oh, good for him, because they said that he was the one who filed for the divorce initially. So I was like, good for him, because it seemed like through the show that it was a setup for him to be emasculated a little bit with the way she would talk to him at times. And he was just so timid. So, not surprised that they aren't together, but they had the baby. So I thought, okay, maybe they're working through some things. Because despite what we see, there's always still actual reality, Again, we have a show, so things are chopped and screwed for us to walk away with a certain type of perception of things. And it was their reality. So I was like, okay, maybe what we see from them isn't necessarily what's happening, but...
And the daughter was
make it.
born last summer. And so she's about a year, I guess a little over a year old now. That's interesting. But I feel like as a couple, a lot of the fandom didn't like them that much because like, Bliss and Zach, they had all this fanfare. Then it was like, I think last year, the second baby, and I don't think the fandom just like they're not really into them. You know what I mean? Like
they didn't lean into them.
Yeah. So that's season 3. Season 3 is 0 for 2. What year was this? Was season 3?
Season 3 was premiered in 2022, so they met in 2021 because we see it a year later. So I mean, 2021 to 2025, they say the first 7 years of marriage is the hardest, and that's when a divorce happens. So the marriages is all kind of falling off in that time
except
frame.
The first one, like Lauren and Cameron and Amber and Barnett, like they're kind of like good model couples. Like, I don't know much about Amber and Barnett, but the fact they all been together for like it's now 6-7 years or something like that.
No, now 5.
Season
they
4,
were 2020.
They were 2020.
Season 1. Yeah, season 1 is 2020 to 2019. So yeah, 6 years.
6 years. Okay. So season 4 though was also another banger. It seemed like you gotta be with the people that's getting married and staying together, like, or you doomed, because every season that had a divorce is starting to triple down into like nobody's married, and every season that no one's got no divorce, everybody stayed married. So season 4 is one of those. They had 3 marriages, the most of any Love is Blind season. That's our beloved Brett and Tiffany, Black Love. Okay,
yes.
We had Zach and Bliss, first Love is Blind baby, and then we had Chelsea and Kwame. So this was a season. I feel like this was a really like popular season. I feel like this.
Yeah, it was.
There was a lot. There was a lot in this. You know, you had the Irina, Bliss, Zach triangle. And I'm like, I be seeing them. I follow both of them, I think, on social media, and I'm like, bless their little hearts. Like they just some regular folks, and it's like, oh, they came all the way on national TV to find each other.
Right,
they just regular, like they get very small down,
baby.
You said what?
Yes, I said dancing in the living room.
Yeah. They give small town, just like simple life people.
Yeah, definitely.
So they had the first Love is Blind baby. That baby was born in April of last year. And
all 3 couples are rocking. I'm happy to see that they're all still together.
Well, I don't want to be I was not expecting Kwame and Chelsea.
Yeah, me either, child.
It was,
me either. Okay, me either.
Yeah, it was given
because it was seeming like Kwame wasn't ready to give up certain things. He wasn't ready for the marriage as much as Chelsea. And then there were seemingly like, not even seemingly, she white, he's African. There was a lot of cultural differences that were in the mix.
And then the mom wasn't even going
didn't come. It was a lot going on. So they've had a lot to overcome. So the fact that they are still together, I would say for right now, is definitely giving resilient, because that was still a lot to have to work through.
Yeah. No, for sure. So, and it just felt like he was not, to me, always it felt like he didn't enjoy the marriage or the engagement. And it also felt like she was like, add man and stir into the life that I want. So I didn't know about that. I think Tiffany and Brett, like, they definitely were giving like just unproblematic couple always, like,
not looking for nothing too crazy, not too many like check this box, just I'm here to have a good time, find somebody I connect with, and I think that's why they've been able to really stick it out. And I love every single time he does a photo shoot of her, and they're just always just I don't know, made with so much love and creativity. It just gives I love my wife, and I love that for her.
Yeah, it definitely does give that. Him and that blonde hair this year, like, she even stuck beside him with the blonde hair. Okay. All right. So season 5, there was only one couple, and that couple was Lydia and Milton, and they filed for divorce in June of this year. Like, 2025 ain't been good to the Love is Blind couples. Like what is that? 3-4 relationships that have ended this year. Is that 3? That's 3.
Yeah,
that's far. And let's not speak about season 9 with the no marriages. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So we'll get there when we get there. But yeah, I didn't see this one. I was surprised they got married that season. That was a messy season. This is when I was heavy in my pop culture, article writing. I was writing articles.
Well, they were messy, but it was something about Milton that I really appreciated. I think it was like the way that he stuck up for Lydia and like the issues with the other guy.
He wasn't the messy one. It was Lydia.
I felt like she was messy. She was still messy.
And Uche.
I'm just saying he stuck up for her. Yeah, Uche, that's who.
Yeah, Uche.
He wasn't messy. She was definitely messy and stirring the pot, letting the other girl know about her history and constantly bringing up Uche and their past and whatnot. Yeah. But I expected them to go a little bit longer. But from what I heard from Lydia, I think that she was also on 80's podcast. It might have been them that were not living together. They were long distance. They didn't see each other much. I think she was having some health issues and she didn't feel supported. This is all just top of head. I don't know exactly if this exactly is what happened. If put it in the comments, but I believe that is what she said on the podcast from what I remember listening to. And it just seemed like he didn't show up to be the guy that I kind of walked away from the season feeling like he was going to be, for sure.
Yeah, he's so young. It's like you can't trust no young man like that. He was like 24 years old. It's like you can't. Lydia was like in her 30s. You cannot. Not that young. Yes. Not that young. You can't trust that young. That's too young. That is. You just got out of college or whatever. I know he probably sped through that thing. He was like a little genius, but no, it's you gotta let life develop for him. So they were the only couple that season though who got married, and they, like I said, they're not together. So it's like. Anywho, season 6. This was more of a lackluster season because of the marriage front. So this was Amy and Johnny. And people probably like, who, we had a picture up there, but if you didn't see their picture, you probably would be like, who is Amy and Johnny? And it was like their biggest drama was the birth control, her not wanting to use birth control and him being like, well, we should. Who else was that season 6?
That was AD season.
Oh yes, because that was that was the drama.
We was like, trying to figure out what was going on with AD.
Amy and Johnny. Like, what's happening over here with this? But Clay, yeah, that was.
Enough said. Shout out to AD and Ali. They having the baby. Yes. He put a ring on it. He played no games.
Yeah.
And I love that for them. Yes. Absolutely love that for them.
I agree.
Yeah, they seem very happy.
Yeah. Now, season 7, I feel like this is the most talked about season. Like, this is Tyler and Ashley.
Liler.
Liler. And Taylor and Garrett. And, of course, I'm going to say, of course, we all know that Tyler and Ashley are no longer together. But when we posted a post about this on our Instagram, somebody was like, what? They didn't make it? I was like, where have you been? Under a rock? What's happening?
Yeah, so, honestly.
You can't assume that the people know the news. They ain't together. Yeah. I'm like, there's so much to even say if you don't know that they were together. Like,
child, we got babies. That ain't babies, that are babies, that is his babies, that's not his babies, that he was taking care of, that he don't claim, baby mama drama. It was a lot. It was a lot going on. It was a lot of lies, allegedly, and a lot of speculation about stuff. But I think that was the thing that was like so surprising with them was how hard Ashley rode for Tyler. Like at the reunion, she's like, this is my man and I'm sticking beside him, baby. And we all looking like things ain't added up. But I think when she spoke out finally, also on AD's podcast, she said by the time, I mean, it's probably a Love is Blind podcast. Like,
I know, right?
At this point, it's probably funded by them. But anyway, she had said that by the time they filmed the reunion, she was going based off of his word and the things that he was showing her. Like all the things that were going on that were being that were coming out online and stuff were things that she wasn't privy to, which was hard to believe because it's like, it's everywhere, but I think she was trying to just shut herself off. It seemed like at least she was trying to shut herself off from the public opinion, staying off of social media, which a lot of people do when they go on these shows. So she was trying to lean into what she thought her trustful husband was saying, and it's a lot of mess, a lot of drama. And I mean, the fact that it took until January of 2025, to me, I was like, girl, after that reunion and everything is out and you getting questioned at the reunion, I feel like at that point, and like the puzzle pieces ain't matching up. So what are we doing?
No. The birth of our podcast really came from a pop-up podcast we did about this season. And like we were just like, oh, let's do this more, girl. Let's do this more. But I remember at that time, like in real time as it was unfolding, I never liked him. Like not from the beginning, not from I just never liked him. I never saw Black love. And I felt like he always was putting on, and when he came off told her that it gave like, I don't want to say love bombing, but it gave just like they wanted to be in a relationship. Yes. And it was like they both were very we want to do relationship things. But I remember him not telling her that about the sperm donor, even if in that situation, I feel like that was something he should have disclosed. But the fact that we find out, like, okay, no, he's on the birth certificate for 2 of these kids, and then she's alleging that they were naturally conceived, it was just a lot. And so either way, glad she's out of it. Go through your healing. Hopefully he's going through his, but is giving, like, somebody was like, they look so much. I would say, like, somebody said they saw him on dating apps. Yeah, but then somebody else said that was debunked. I don't know, but I just know that like it's giving it. If you're not in therapy, what are you doing? Like, you need to be in therapy. But Taylor and Garrett were the couple that is still married from that season. And I liked them. They were cool. It was a little bland, but you know, they were nice. Agreed. And they're still together. So any other thoughts on them or either couple before we move into season 8?
Nope. Let's get into season 8. We had one marriage. That was Taylor and Daniel. They seemed like a match made in heaven from the day they said Christmas. Yes. And I was rooting for them. They were just cute. They were super cute to me. Was definitely giving like all love. It's when they like to get dressed up together. They like to have fun together. They have youthful spirits. Yeah. So I was rooting for them. I'm still rooting for them. And I'm glad to hear that they're still married.
Yeah, for sure. They are still married. And of course he has that tattoo of her. Oh yeah. But they are still married. And it was just funny that season how like they were the couple that was set up to be like, she was just like, I think he's followed me before. And right. Like they had all that drama in the beginning that it was like, what's happening here? But they made it and they still making it. So that's the end of season 8. And then of course, season 9, no couples. This is the first time in Love is Blind history that no couples got married. It's like,
rightfully so, baby.
Yeah, we just got done.
Did you feel duped? That.
No. You said what?
Yeah, no. I said, did you feel duped by any of them not getting married?
Oh yeah, no.
Denver, don't go there to date. That's what that's giving.
I know. Like, I know people who are from Denver and they were like, this is giving, like, I'm embarrassed for my city, but it's tracking. I'm like, say less. We just recapped Love is Blind season 9. We just finished that a couple months back. So feel free to go. If you have not checked out our content on that, please do. We had a lot to say. Yes. So that takes us to 14 couples total got married. Yeah. 8 are still married. And so that's 57%. 57% of the Love is Blind marriages. I think the national average is 50%. So you're doing a little bit better, than the national. But before Alex, what is her name? Alexis and Brennan. Before they announced their divorce, though, it was 9 couples. So it was like it was 64%. That was the average. And I was like, that's not bad. I was like, Love is Blind, y'all doing it. But 2025 just ain't been their year at all. Yeah. At all. So
we shall see what 2026 brings. We should be getting another 2 seasons next year.
I'm excited. I love to watch
feel like
it,
I feel like I saw so many casting calls in different cities for Love is Blind. So I don't know what 2 cities are going to land on for us to watch in 2026. Where they've already filmed and they've been together for now almost a year. If they do it in the same format, we'll get a season in February and then we'll get another season around like October-ish. Yeah. So we'll see. But
excited.
Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who are you rooting for? Who's your favorite Love is Blind couple?
Who are you surprised
who do you think
by?
Isn't going to make it? Yes. Who are you surprised by? Yeah. And we will catch y'all for season 10.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye.